little joke. Knock, knock. Who's there? How much to service do you think? Main service on this Kawasaki KLE500. 16,000 miles. So you've got first 600 mile service. Second one comes at 7,600. And then the one after, so I guess the third service at 15,000 miles, which involves a valve check and a major service. Guess how much it is? Guess how much it is on a £6,000 bike. Just had a call from Bridge Motorcycles where I bought it from. They wanted to sell me a service plan, £36 a month for 35 months for 3 services. £949 to service a 500cc motorcycle. And they wonder why the motorcycle industry is on its knees. I mean, the problem there comes at it from every direction. Serviceability of the machines. Like, who on earth who's designing these bikes makes them that expensive and that time consuming to service? Like, where is the serviceability? Like, where is the end user in mind when they're designing these bikes? Like, whoever's designing it said it's so hard to get to the valves and the air filters and everything else that it needs £1,000 worth of labour. I mean, minus the VAT, so let's give some allowance. There's 200 quid worth of VAT on that, almost, just under. Who's designing these bikes? And then B, who's running a business where the way to service and it's set up so that it costs £1,000 to service these bloody bikes? Like, whether it's the premises, the staff, whatever, the woman who's just rang me up to sell me the service plan, all that goes into the cost of the service plan. It's not all oil and filter. It's staff, it's scale, it's the size of the operation. It's the branding above the door, it's the Kawasaki branding, it's the free leaflets you pick up, it's all the rest that goes into that £1,000 service. Imagine you'd saved for one of these, you bought it, you think, oh, that's a nice bike, it'll do me well. I'll get it serviced. Bloke rings up, yeah, do you want the service plan? 1,350 quid for 3 services paid monthly. I don't know, we're at an edge, aren't we? I think we're at the demise of this. We can't, I mean, people aren't going to pay £1,000 service for a £6,000 bike. I don't think so anyway. The maths simply do not add up. So where does that leave us? Well, I think second-hand bikes, where we're not worried about warranty. And it's warranty, isn't it? They think they're doing us a favour by stretching out the warranty 4 years. I can't remember what's on this, 3 or 4 years. Some are 6 years. Suzuki 10 years. On the proviso that you spend all this money on the service department. So they've kind of got you. They give with one hand and take with the other. So, when people are saying, I'm going to buy a Japanese bike, it's going to be more reliable, it's got better warranty. Yeah, it's going to cost you. Now, my solution would be this: buy a second-hand bike, or do what I do with the Chinese bikes, like CF Moto 450 MT. Just buy it, self-service it, and if it blows up, I haven't spent a fortune on it. And to be honest, buying new engines for the CF Moto is cheaper than having one of these serviced. It doesn't at all. Like, I don't get it. I don't get the economics of how this is sustainable. Charging this sort of money, or it costing this sort of money to service this kind of bike, which is ultimately an underdeveloped, underwhelming bike, which is good, but it's not like they've invested hours of a lifetime of technology into this. It's not like they've invented the wheel again. They've just put a sports bike in an upright sitting position. It's not like a wet dream motorcycle. It's a very functional, good machine. But if you'd had to pay £1,000 service, I think you'd be pretty knocked off. So I'm just going to self-service this. Use Phil and Marcus up the road to do anything major. You know what? I probably wouldn't even bother with valves. Bugger it. Like, I don't know. It's frustrating, isn't it? Like, how have we got to a point where it's £1,000 to service a 500cc bike? Makes no sense. Little rant today, but I think if we're going to identify and understand the demise of motorcycling, but it's the same. I mean, the operation in that business, that business practice is no different to the vets, is it? You take your dog in for it because it's sick. Before you even walk through the door, it's cost you 120 quid. They want to give you pills and they want to keep it overnight for observation. That's over 1,000 quid. Every business practice, I don't know if it's Western world or UK, we're just screwing ourselves over. We're making it unaffordable to do the things we enjoy doing because the business is so stacked against the consumer. And they think they're making money, but one day it'll all go pop. Bridge will close down one day because most consumers ain't going to spend £1,000 to service a humdrum commuter bike from Japan. What I'd do, buy a cheap Chinese bike. They're just as good. You don't feel as bad for self-servicing them, and if they blow up in 20,000 miles, I've had my money's worth. But being allegiant to this operation, this setup, bollocks to that. It's an absolute con. I've got to be honest, Bridge, it's a con. Kawasaki, it's a con. Motorcycle industry, it's a con. Buy a push bike again. Alright, cheers.